Okay, just going to bring up the Quick Spring plugin, and these are the settings we're using. So I'll say OK. So this is what we got. I want to use, or I want to make another one that's similar but thinner. So let's say OK, 2mm, and that's what I got. The thing is, though, that we got a match here. You can see that they match up. But the further up I go, the more of a mismatch we got. And so I kind of need to tweak that manually. That mismatch between the polygons. So I'll just do this over again. And I just tested 48 in the height would fix it. You can see that now we have a match not only on the ends here but also between the different polygons. So that's what we want. Also, you can see that it moved up a little. This object here, it's not down here anymore, but in the center. I'm not quite sure why it works like that, but I don't know. It's probably because of the centering technique used. Anyway, so we got what we want now. What I want to do now is I want to make these first. I'm gonna get rid of these n-gons. We don't want n-gons for this. 3D mesh renator doesn't like it. So I remove the n-gons, and now I'm gonna band glue these. So we're left with 4 sides. Okay, and do the same here. Get rid of the n-gon, and run band glue a couple of times. So now we're pretty much got the same model. I could go like this and that and put it in the background object, this other object, and say map morph background to morph, but oh, actually it worked. Well, it's the same number of points, so it did work actually. It's kind of lucky, but if that doesn't work, let's just undo that. If that doesn't work, you need to use a plugin called 3D Mesh Renator. Okay, so we got that object and this object. Actually, I need to band glue this once more because I undid that. Okay, so this is what we got, and I don't know, let's just say like that, and expand that. Like this, and like that. So now I've got 100 polygons here and 100 polygons here. And if you got problems using background to morph, you need to select this object here. Just select 2 polygons, run, and select run 3D Mesh Renator, and the same polygons here, and run 3D Mesh Renator. And then you can say choose this object and the other one in the background, and say map morph background to morph. That's how to fix it if you get problems. But actually, I don't want to do that just yet. What I want to do is, I want to delete that one. What I want to do is I want to use run rounder on this one. So I'll just loop this, and these like here and here. If you don't do that, it won't work. You could alternatively, of course, extend this first, and here too. But you can't select the edge when you're using rounder. So multiply rounder. Let's see what we got here. Now I'm going to say 2 millimeters. And for this other one, I'm going to run rounder 2, but 900 micrometer. I guess now I could just say background to morph. So I'll just do that map background to morph. Okay. And now I can choose the base and choose a couple of polygons. Use the airbrush tool and just airbrush over that area, and that will sort of get the effect that I want. Let's undo that though. In fact, let's delete the morph as well. I'm pressing F8 to get this menu up, to see that menu. Okay, so once again, we're gonna do some slight changes here. I'm gonna move this one up. It's better to show it like this, I guess. Oh, actually, yeah, that's the right way. Okay, so I'm gonna move this one up. Something like that, I guess. And use the scale tool. And that's quite accurate, actually. And move it a bit up again. And here we go. So I'm going to do the same thing over again. Put this in the background and say map morph background to morph, and OK. Choose the base and bring up the airbrush tool. Actually, I'm going to select some polys first. And paint the polys. Now if I paint them in this view, you will notice that not all of them will be painted, and you'll have to do it twice, and it just leaves a mess. So that's because we're in wireframe shade. So you have to do this in just pure wireframe. in order to get this to work. Okay, so let's just paint that. And yeah, there's another way of going about it. I can also, of course, just let me just clean this up a little. Kind of also subdivide it now, so it kind of makes an interesting shape as well. Of course, I can also band glue this a couple of times. Oops, that was wrong. And subdivide it. So you can see that we get a more interesting shape. If I use subd type Catmull Clark, I can also, of course, let's see, I can also use, what's it called, set sharpness, increase sharpness. To well, make it like that. So I'm just going to say 100. Well, it's not quite what I wanted, I guess. See if I can delete this one. The other way, of course, to go about it is just to well, actually I could control, I could loop this and say multiply once again around here, and go something like that, and subdivide it. Now we got this really sharp edge here. So yeah, just some ways to fix it, really. Just use the knife tool. To make it sharp. So you can see there's many ways to go about this. Yeah, I think I'll just leave